Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com, and this will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, August 26th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your decision-making process as a trader, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about the tool of charts and technical analysis to make good decisions as a trader, then this will be a video for you. Real quick, before I get started, just want to make you aware that tomorrow on Thursday, I am offering a free live trading class. So just keep in the back of your mind that as I go through the video, if you're liking what you hear, you want to learn more about the tool of technical analysis and how it can be used to build consistency, then I want to personally invite you to get signed up here. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put a link down in the description box that you can click on to get signed up. Or if you're watching at claytrader.com, there will be an area on the webpage that you're at that you can click on to get signed up. So like I said, just keep that in the back of your mind that if you're interested in learning more, then you can get signed up for this free class. First one here, ticker symbol AMC. The craziness continued today, but not nearly as much as what happened on Tuesday here. Overall, though, the big picture chart is hanging in there just fine. And what I'm actually going to do is get rid of that line as it served its purpose for now. Presented actually a very nice, signal for a shorter term day trade. But as far as overall levels are concerned, nothing is new other than the fact that we got some confirmation. This will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the video from Tuesday, but talked about that red line up there as being that main overall area of resistance. And wouldn't you know it, right there, the price essentially got rejected right at that level. So moving forward, definitely public enemy number one, without doubt, going to be right up there at that $48 mark. So again, assuming you care about more of the bigger picture of things and aren't some sort of day trader that's looking to get in and out within several minutes or a couple hours, from an overall standpoint, like I said, nothing new there. Still all about 48. But the one new thing is we did get that much more confirmation that, yeah, apparently that is going to be a very important level. So continue to watch that. As far as supports are concerned, nothing new here to update other than the fact that 4150, that green line right there, still remains that area of support. But from an overall standpoint, I'm just going to draw this very crudely here. What we have here is essentially a bull. So let me put the golf hole down there. There we go. We have what would be known as a bull pennant pattern. So a bull pennant pattern here on the 30-minute time frame. Probably should have noted that. All these charts will be on the 30-minute, meaning each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So just keep that in mind going forward. But yeah, overall, AMC, sure, it did get rejected at 48. Sure, it did pull back. But from the overarching standpoint, as you just saw right there, still plenty bullish. Good, solid, bullish pennant pattern. So we'll see how it goes on Thursday. Next one here, ticker symbol Adtx. Very, very impressive movement. Big volume came pouring in today, and the price reacted very nicely with it and has now given us a good, solid, very straightforward pattern here. So let's just get right to this pattern here. And the pattern, there we go. Pattern here revolves around that area of resistance right there. This pretty steep downwards trend line. So that's the first part of the pattern. And the next part being right here, this key area of support. Let me actually change that to green to represent more of the bullish attribute of that pattern here. So there we go. Get that changed to green. And then once again, put in this part right there, which would be known as a pull portion. So for you golfers, like I just did on the AMC, put the golf hole down there, and we have once again a bear pennant pattern. So while nothing is guaranteed, because charts are not a crystal ball and the market doesn't give guarantees anyways, but my point here and the usefulness of charts comes in the fact that it can help us make rational decisions, logical decisions, right? We don't want to be making random decisions because that's just flat out gambling. But while nothing is guaranteed, it is more than valid. It's more than rational to think if the price can come up here and get the break through that trend line right there, that would be, in technical jargon, a pattern breakout. And a pattern breakout could very well create that much more upside buying pressure and momentum. So that's going to be the main level to watch. On the flip side, though, is you want to be very careful of that area of support down there at basically the $3 mark. Meaning if the price were to come down there and break down through 3, again, no guarantees, but it's more than valid and logical to think that a break of that area could create some more downside selling pressure with the price potentially revisiting down around that $2.60 mark. But as of right now, we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. Next one here, ticker symbol GME. And as I mentioned in the video from Tuesday, when GME and AMC get going, in many ways, their patterns almost mimic each other because they are kind of the king meme stocks right now. But overall, same exact dynamic here. Broke, that initial area of resistance that I talked about on Tuesday, shot up to there to that overall level. But just like AMC, hit that overall level and then has once now pulled back. But the good news is that it's going through a very healthy consolidation. And the main reason I call this very healthy is, and I promise I have not moved this green line. If you don't believe me, I'm not offended at all. I could be a stranger to you if this is the first video you've watched, but I'd encourage you, if you don't believe me, that's fine. Go back in the video archive and you can look. But I put this green line here at 195 on Tuesday, the previous top 10 video I did, and check it out. Look right where it decided to bounce during the last 30 minutes. right there at that area. So good to see that it does really appear that 195 is a location where there are a lot of buyers. Does that mean that the buyers are going to stay there? Of course not, because that would be a guarantee. But is it at least a valid thought to have that there does seem to be buyers there and that the price could, once again, potentially bounce off that area? Absolutely. So overall, though, nothing has really changed as far as the main levels. Still have the 225 mark up there, that red line as the main area of resistance. Still have the 195 mark, that main area of support. And now it's just a question of, is this overall trend going to continue, which is very clearly still bullish. Again, just as a quick, it's there we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So as of now, it's the day of bull pennant patterns. But sure, if you bought right there, maybe things aren't looking so good for you. But from the overall chart perspective, the chart's still building those bullish patterns. So we'll see if they can get the break or not over the next couple of days. Next one here, ticker symbol TKAT. Did this analysis in the previous video, and just a big congratulations to anybody that played this one. Put that red line in there as that main area of resistance, and you could throw this right into a textbook. Talk about just a classic textbook break of the trend line, and then from there the price really never looked back. So fantastic break of that trend line, but of course after today's big movement, updates certainly need to be made. So I want to get some of these new levels mapped out. So the newest level of resistance now resides right up there at what I would call the $12 mark. So $12 is going to be that key level of resistance. As far as supports are concerned, have an interesting level right down there at the $10 mark. So let me get this changed to green once again to represent more of the bullish area of the chart. And then because of the big breakout that occurred today, that breakout is what created, the pull portion of the pattern. So if I draw this to keep it all one color, this would be known as a bull flag, and a very impressive bull flag pattern. In fact, you got to like the fact that as the price dropped down here, pulled back, you also had volume drop down too. So from a volume analysis standpoint, that's what you want to see. Pullbacks, consolidation, want to see lower volume, and that's exactly what happened down there. So good to see that. And not just a question of, does this want to get continuation again? Are the bulls still strong enough to go through the health consolidation and get the push up through there? That all remains to be seen. But overall, a good healthy day. Now we have ourselves a bull flag pattern. Next one here, ticker symbol PLTR, which was having an overall good solid day. And then again, these are 30-minute candles, and I say that because then all of a sudden that 30-minute session showed up, and you can see just a huge, nasty red candle. Now, to look at things as kind of the glass is half full, at least this thing continued a more momentum that just continued to fall and fall and fall. At least the price did start to go sideways there. Now, that doesn't mean that the price has stopped going down, but like I said, let's looking at things as with an attitude of the glass is being half full. At least it did go sideways, but that does now bring about a couple of very important levels of support to watch moving forward. First key level that you want to watch very closely is going to be right there, that pink line there, which on my chart denotes the very well-known, very famous 200 period moving average, currently valid at, we'll just call it the $24 mark. So 24 will be that first key level of support. If 24 does not quite hold up, the next key level that you're going to want to watch very, very closely, right down there at 23.65. You go through the history of the chart, and you can see the price has several times bounced right off that area. So if that 200 period, is violated, no guarantees, but I don't think it would be shocking to anybody to see the price then go down there and at least revisit 23.65. And at that point, the question becomes, okay, can the price at least maintain above that level? So keep a close eye on that. But that is definitely going to be the main overall areas from the support side of things. In terms of areas of resistance, keep a close eye on that trend line right there. So if there's any sort of recovery, that'll be the main dynamic to watch. But as of right now, more so a big question of, okay, a lot of downwards momentum is showing up. Is this the start of something much more bearish? Only time will tell. Next one here, ticker symbol SPRT. Did this analysis yesterday, and a very, very nice recovery. Things were looking, pretty shaky indeed on Tuesday with a big pullback here. But as I noted, yeah, it pulled back big, but it was still within an overall uptrend. And then you can see today the price actually broke to new highs. So that is where also the first area that I'm very curious about moving forward is that trend line right there. Let's see if the price can now stay above this trend line, which, yes, that was the resistance point, but let's try that again. But there's a foundational rule in charting which states when levels of, there we go, resistance are broken and closed above, they tend to act as support. So what I'm curious about now moving forward is, can the price maybe pull back here, back test it, and then continue on up? So keep a close eye on that dynamic from a support side of things. If the price does break down below that trend line, next area of support to keep a close eye on at that point would then be right down there around the $12.65 mark. So again, preferably speaking, the price can stay above that trend line, but if the price does drop back below it, then 1265 is going to be that next key level that you're going to want to watch very closely. In terms of areas of resistance, nothing fancy or complicated here. Just a question of, okay, well, where did the party stop today? That was essentially at the $15 mark, so you're going to want to keep a close eye on that. But overall, yeah, the trend continues. Next one here, we were down in the world of penny stocks, ticker symbol TPTW, and just an absolutely monster move. You can see basically no volume and then a whole bunch of volume today, and of course the price reacted very nicely with it. So for you penny stock players out there, I don't want to leave you all alone, and definitely some very just well mapped out levels. First key level that everybody and their brother's uncle is going to be watching is right up there at 5 cents as that main area of resistance. So you can see that several times throughout the course of the day. Price got right up around that area, and sure, it broke above it a couple times, but could never maintain any sort of momentum. So 5 cents definitely going to be that key level where if there is going to be any sort of bigger break, that'll be that main area of resistance to watch. As far as levels of support are concerned, so if the price does decide that it wants to pull back some more, key area of support to watch very closely, going to be right down there at 0.033. Because, I mean, if you stop and think about it, and I'm not saying that this is what's going to actually happen, but for explanation's sake, let's say the price actually came down on that 0.033 and then kind of just hovered around right here. From an overall chart pattern, you'd still have... let me change colors. I think that was a poor choice on my part there. There we go. You'd still have this pattern right here, which again would be a very nice bull flag pattern. And that, like I said, that implies that the price would still even go down to 0.033. So I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but even if that did, you'd still have a bull flag pattern, which really just goes to show how powerful of a move that it was today. But overall, big movement. Now the big question mark moving forward, is this just one of these, kind of one day wonder type penny stocks, or is this going to be a penny stock that's got a whole lot of more momentum in it? And as of now, got the bullish pattern. So now it's just a question of let's see if the bulls can continue. Then eventually you get that breakout of 0.05. And so all eyes on 5 cents going into Thursday. Next one here, ticker symbol Rgbp, and we're staying down in the world of penny stocks, and the trend continues. For those of you that watched the video from a few days ago, congratulations. Talked about that green line there. And I don't say this to pat myself on the back, but to really illustrate that charts are a valuable tool. But in the previous video, I talked about that area being in level of support. And then coming down here, you can see right there, found some support right at that area and has since recovered very, very nicely. So for any of you that maybe watched that previous video and that, you decided to buy the pullback around that area of support, congratulations, you are now sitting very nicely in the green. But updates certainly need to be made. So the first update is just going to be an adjustment of this area of support to now up there at the 0.046 mark to what I would call the ideal level of support, meaning, Clay, what would make this chart continue to look the best moving forward? Ideally, if the price can stay above 0.046. Now, if the price drops below there, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined. But yeah, preferably speaking, if the price could stay above there, that would be a fantastic sign of power. And then as far as areas of resistance are concerned, very cut and dry here, nothing complicated at all. All eyes on 0.052. You can see that the price has essentially spent late morning and then all afternoon sitting right around that level. Now, the good news is the price is sitting basically right at that level. So while that doesn't guarantee that a breakout's going to occur, it makes it more than valid, more than rational to think, hey, you know what? The price is sitting right at that level. So yeah, maybe there is a breakout that's getting ready to take place. So 0.052 going to be that main next key level of resistance. But overall, the trend continues. Next one here, ticker symbol ZOM. And what I like about this one, and I've said this in many past videos, is yeah, it's pulled back, but at least at this point, there's no worries of, okay, am I chasing the price? Am I suffering from FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Now, the people that decided to buy up there, yeah, they definitely suffered from FOMO. They're probably not very happy right now. But if you're not in this, then what you do have is a good, solid, strong move, and now you have a bit of a pullback. So the question in your mind just has to be, it all revolves around the fact of, all right, do I believe this is a healthy pullback? Because to be fair, maybe this is just the start of a much bigger reversal where the price continues down. But of course, that's why risk management and stop losses matter. But there is the flip side of the coin, and that coin being, or maybe this is just a healthy pullback. And we have some examples of that from some of the other stocks that I just talked about, where there were pullbacks, and then you look at them today, and all of a sudden, they recovered back to highs. So is that guaranteed to happen here? Of course not. But the point here being is that there has been a big move. So the chart has shown the ability to show strength. And some good solid quick momentum. And if you think that, okay, I think this is just a healthy pullback, which I can understand that because it is occurring within a bullish context, then this is one worth keeping an eye on, with a pullback point in my mind being right down there around 57 cents. I mean, that would make the chart look very, very interesting. The price came down there, bounced around. I mean, from an overall charting perspective, again, just keeping this very kind of crude drawing, but you'd have something that looked like this. put the flag pull in, and we have ourselves another bull flag pattern. So yeah, the price is pulled back. Yeah, if you've already bought right there, I understand from that perspective, then of course the chart's not looking good for you. But just from the overall standpoint, even though it has pulled back, still got the opportunity to potentially play some sort of pullback here. So Thursday is going to be a very, very interesting and I think revealing day. Next one here, ticker symbol NAKD. Did this one in yesterday's video and got the breakout here. So the trend continues. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line there and this one down there, as they both serve their purpose for now. But when movements are putting in higher highs and higher lows, that is the name of the game. So in the newest areas of support now moving forward, going to be right here at, let's see, what is that? The 66-cent mark. As talked about previously, that's the ideal level. So if the price drops below 66, does that mean that the entire chart's epically smashed? Absolutely not. But if the price can stay above there, then yeah, that would definitely be a very impressive sign of power. From the overarching standpoint, really it's all about that purple line there, the 50-period moving average. So, keyword being moving, so as time goes by, that line's going to move itself higher and higher. So moral of the story is this: as long as the price stays above that purple line, then the overall trend is still plenty in the bull's favor. Sure, staying above 66 would be fantastic, but if the price doesn't hold above it, not the end of the world as long as the price is above that purple line. And then as far as areas of resistance are concerned, very straightforward. Right there, all eyes going to be on 70 cents. You can see not once, but 2 occasions, price got right up around that area and couldn't quite push through. So again, nothing's guaranteed, but it's a more than valid and rational thought that if the price can push up through 70 cents, that break in and of itself could create quite a bit more upside buying pressure. So keep an eye on that dynamic, but overall, yeah, no doubt about it. Great looking chart, and the trend continues. And that wraps up the top 10 for today. Again, just want to personally invite you, if you did enjoy what you just saw, you want to learn more about why charts work, how they should be used, how they should not be used in order to build trading consistency, then like I said, the class is going to be Thursday, August 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So Eastern, always important. Now, if you can't make it, if this is maybe too last second for you, still get signed up for it because it will be recorded and then we'll automatically email you out the recording. So like I said, I understand if this is too last minute, still sign up and then you'll be able to get that recording. But it'll be, like I said, on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then as far as this video is concerned, if you enjoy this top 10 format and would like me to continue to make videos like this, then please communicate that to me by doing 2 easy things. Hit that like button and then leave a basic comment, even if it's just the number 1, a smiley face, but any sort of basic comment and hitting the like button communicates to me that these videos are worth the time and effort that need to be done in order to, get these out to you. But as long as I know that it's worth my time, worth the effort because you are enjoying them, because you're finding them helpful, then I have no problem at all continuing to do them. But like I said, I just need your help in that regard to communicate to that, to communicate with me by hitting the like button and a basic comment. And again, like I said, if you want to learn more about how to use charts to build consistency as a trader, then I want you to get signed up for the class and hopefully I'll see you there. So hopefully everybody had a great day and I'll see you back on Thursday.